Paris, May 20th, 2010, 2:47 a.m. A man is
YouTube, what's poppin'? This Vibe Media. We back with the man who stole the 100 million in art by clamming buildings, you feel me, with fingertips and feet. Tune in, stay tuned, it's the vibe.
climbing the outside wall of the Paris Museum of Modern Art with his bare hands. No ropes, no harness, no safety equipment, just fingers and toes finding cracks in the stone facade. He is 5 stories above the ground. One slip means death. 3rd floor. His right hand reaches for a narrow ledge. Fingers grip. Hold his weight. Left foot finds a gap between stones. Pushes up. 4th floor. The stone is old, weathered. Some sections are loose. He tests each handhold before committing his full weight. One mistake, and he falls 5 stories onto concrete. But he has done this 100 times before. Different buildings, different cities. Always at night, always alone. 5th floor now, almost there. He reaches for the window ledge. His fingers close around the edge. For half a second, his entire body weight hangs from one hand. His right arm shakes, muscles screaming. The ground is 50 feet below. He does not panic, does not rush. Calmly, he swings his left hand up.
He almost lost it all.
Grabs the ledge with both hands, finds a new foothold, steadies himself. That was close. His name is Ville de Paris. The French call him Le Spider-Man, for good reason. He moves up the wall like gravity does not exist, pulls himself up to the 5th floor window. It is broken, has been for 3 months. Security knows about it. They just never fixed it. Tomek slides through, lands silently inside the museum. He is in. The building is dark, silent. Tomek walks through the galleries, past millions of dollars in art, Picassos, Matisses, Modigliani's. He knows exactly which ones he is here for. 5 paintings. Total value, over 100 million euros. The biggest art heist in
100 million euros. 100 million, man. Oh, MG, good.
French history is about to happen, and it is going to take less than 15 minutes. But here is what you need to understand. Tomek isn't just some random thief who got lucky. This whole thing was planned, carefully, methodically, with help from someone you would never expect. So before I show you what happens next, you need to know who Ville de Paris really is. Because the story of how a man becomes Spider-Man is almost as insane as the heist itself. Ville de Paris wasn't born a thief. He was born in Paris in 1968 to Croatian-Serbian immigrant parents, a regular kid in a regular neighborhood. Poor, but not desperate. His parents worked hard, kept him fed, kept a roof over his head. But by the time he was 10 years old, Tomek had discovered something that would define his entire life. Not just trees or playground equipment, buildings. Real buildings with brick walls and stone facades. Tomek would scale apartment buildings in his neighborhood. 5 stories, 6 stories, just for fun. No equipment, no safety gear, just his hands and feet finding cracks and ledges that other kids could not even see. He had no fear of heights. No hesitation when looking down from a rooftop, just pure instinct for vertical movement. His parents didn't understand it.
What are you doing? You need to stop. It's too dangerous. You're going to crash.
But Tomek couldn't stop. Climbing
Came out the blue on from off a building.
wasn't just a hobby, it was who he was. By his 20s, Tomek was climbing buildings across Paris. At night, alone, testing himself, pushing limits. How high could he go? How difficult could he make it? He'd climb the exterior of office buildings. historical monuments, bridges, anything vertical. He became known in certain underground circles, urban climbers, parkour communities, the guy who could scale anything, the one who never fell. And right now, he's about to do something that will change his life forever. Paris, 1995. You are watching Vjeran Tomic commit his first crime. He is 26 years old. Standing on a fifth-floor balcony he just climbed to, and he is about to walk into someone else's apartment. The apartment was dark, empty. The door was unlocked. He slid it open, walked inside. Expensive furniture, art on the walls, jewelry on a dresser. Tomic took a bracelet. Just one. Not because he needed money, because he could, because he had just proven something. If you can climb to the fifth floor, security does not exist. Cameras point at front doors, guards watch ground-level entrances. Nobody watches the outside walls. Nobody expects a thief to arrive from above. That bracelet changed everything. Tomic started breaking into apartments regularly, targeting wealthy neighborhoods, climbing to floors where people felt safe, where they did not lock balcony doors because who could possibly get up here? He would take jewelry, cash, small valuables, nothing too obvious, nothing that would trigger an immediate police response. And he was never caught during the act, never seen climbing, because he only moved at night, like a shadow on the walls. The police started noticing a pattern. High-floor burglaries, no signs of forced entry on doors, no broken windows, just missing valuables and no explanation for how the thief got in. They gave him a nickname, Le Spider-Man, the thief who climbed buildings like a superhero. Tomic was arrested a few times, caught with stolen goods, served short sentences, but he always got out, and he always went back to climbing. Because prison could not take away his skill, could not make him forget how to scale walls.
That's in they crime pays. That's in him. For real.
By 2010, Tomic had been doing this for 2 decades. He was 41 years old. Most criminals slow down at that age. Get cautious, retire. Not Tomic. He was still in peak physical condition, still climbing 5-story buildings with his bare hands, still fearless. And when someone approached him with a job, not an apartment, but a museum, he did not hesitate. The target, Paris Museum of Modern Art. 5 specific paintings, over 100 million euros, the biggest score of his entire career. But let me pause here for a second. Before we talk about how this was even possible, I want to take a moment of your attention. If you are enjoying this story, please subscribe. It really helps us create more quality content like this. Now you need to see what is happening inside that museum right now, because what Tomic is about to do is absolutely insane. "2:51 a.m. Tomic is standing in front of Le Pigeon au Petit Pois by Pablo Picasso, worth 23 million euros. A masterpiece created in 1911. Over a century old. Survived 2 world wars. Revolutions. The Nazi occupation of Paris. Protected in climate-controlled galleries for decades. And Tomic is about to cut it out of its frame with a kitchen knife. He pulls the blade from his pocket. Nothing special. No high-tech art thief equipment. Just a regular knife you would buy at any hardware store. He presses the tip against the canvas, right along the inner edge of the frame where the painting is stretched tight. The canvas is old, delicate, but surprisingly tough. He applies pressure, starts cutting. The blade slices through the fabric with a soft tearing sound, like cutting heavy paper. Tomic works carefully, steadily. He has done this before on smaller jobs, but never with anything like this. Never with a Picasso. The canvas separates from the frame inch by inch. He can feel the tension release as each section comes free. The painting had been stretched there for over a century. Now it is coming apart in seconds. He reaches the final corner. One last cut. The canvas falls free, completely detached from its frame. Tomek catches it, holds it in his hands. A Pablo Picasso, 23 million euros. Feels like holding expensive fabric. He rolls it up carefully, not too tight. Do not want to crack the paint, not too loose. Needs to fit under his arm. Sets it aside on the floor. Looks up at the empty frame. It is still hanging on the wall. Perfect rectangle. Ornate gold edges. But hollow. Nothing inside. Just empty space where a masterpiece used to be. The museum does not know yet. Will not know for hours. Tomek moves to the next painting. La Pastorale by Henri Matisse, painted in 1905. One of the defining works of Fauvism. Museums around the world would pay fortunes just to display it. Tomek positions his knife against the edge, starts cutting, same process, blade through canvas. The sound of tearing fills the silent gallery. It is louder than he expected. Each cut echoes slightly in the empty room. He pauses, listens. Footsteps, voices, nothing. Just his own breathing. He keeps cutting. The Matisse comes free. He rolls it up, sets it with the Picasso. 2 paintings down, 3 to go. Next, L'Olivier Près de l'Estaque by Georges Braque, 1906, worth 11 million euros. Knife against canvas, cut. The blade moves smoothly now. Tomek's getting faster, more confident. This is working. Everything is working exactly as planned. The Braque rolls up easily, joins the pile. La Femme à Levante by Amedeo Modigliani, 1919, the most valuable piece in the room. 25 million euros. Modigliani's portraits are some of the most sought-after paintings in the world. And Tomek is slicing through one like opening an envelope. The canvas comes free. He holds it for a moment, looks at the woman's face painted over 90 years ago, then rolls it up with the others. One painting left. Nature Morte au Chandelier by Fernand Léger, 1922, worth 10 million euros. Final cut. The blade moves through the canvas, separates it from the frame. Done. Cut 5 paintings worth 100 million euros out of their frames. And absolutely nothing went wrong. Think about what just happened. Tomek took a knife, a regular knife, and sliced through masterpieces that museums had protected for decades. Art that survived wars, revolutions, centuries of history. And he just cut them out like posters. No alarms, no guards, no emergency response. How is that even possible? How do you walk into a museum and have literally nothing go wrong? Six months earlier, a meeting in a Paris cafe. 3 men sit at a corner table, far from windows, away from other customers. The first man is Jonathan Byrne, an art dealer. Technically, in reality, he is a middleman, a facilitator for people who want things they should not have. The second man is Vigeran Tomic, the Spider-Man, professional thief, expert climber, for hire. The third man is Jean-Michel Corvès, and here is the twist. Corvès works at the Paris Museum of Modern Art. He is a watchman, security, the person whose entire job is to prevent theft. And he is sitting at this table planning the biggest art heist in French history. Byrne does the talking. He has a client, someone wealthy, someone who wants specific paintings, 5 of them, all hanging in the Museum of Modern Art, worth over 100 million euro. The problem? How do you steal from one of Paris's most secure buildings? The answer is sitting across the table. Corvès knows everything. Every camera, every alarm, every security weakness. And right now, the museum has a lot of weaknesses. He starts listing them. First, there is a broken window on the 5th floor. Been broken for 3 months. Management knows about it. They just have not fixed it. Budget issues, delays, bureaucracy. It is still broken. Second, the alarm system malfunctioned weeks ago. It is supposed to trigger if anyone moves through certain galleries at night. It does not work. The museum requested repairs. The repairs have not happened yet. Third, security cameras. Half of them are turned off for maintenance. The other half have blind spots. Corvez knows exactly where.
You know, some man, people can set the play, but can you trust their every word? They be needing to feel their pocket.
Those blind spots are. Fourth, the patrol schedule. Corvez works nights. He knows when other guards make their rounds. He knows the gaps, the moments when nobody is watching. He lays it all out. The window, the alarms, the cameras, the timing, everything Tomek needs. Tomek listens, asks questions. Which paintings? Where are they? How much time does he have? Corvez answers everything. Shows him photos, floor plans, guard schedules. This isn't a heist. It is a guided tour. Byrne promises payment, a cut for everyone. Tomek gets his share for the climb and the theft. Corvez gets his for looking the other way. Byrne gets the biggest cut for arranging everything and selling the paintings to his client. They agree. Shake hands. The plan is set. Now, back to the museum. Right now. Tomek has already climbed the wall. Already cut 5 paintings worth 100 million euros out of their frames. The theory worked perfectly, but theory is one thing. Reality is another. Tomek has completed most of the plan. Now let us see if it works until the end, or if everything is about to go catastrophically wrong. Back inside the museum, Tomek has 5 rolled-up paintings under his arm. 100 million euros. He starts walking back through the galleries, retracing his steps toward the 5th floor window. The same route he came in. Dark corridors, silent rooms, everything according to plan. He passes the security desk on the 3rd floor. Jean-Michel Corvez is sitting there, reading a newspaper, does not look up, does not see anything, exactly as planned. Tomek keeps moving, almost there. Then he hears voices, 2 voices, coming from the stairwell ahead. Footsteps. Tomek freezes. 2 security guards, not Corvez. Different guards, making an unscheduled patrol. They are walking toward him, talking, laughing about something. 30 seconds away, maybe less. Tomek looks around. He is in a hallway, paintings on both sides, nowhere to hide. The paintings under his arm are bulky, obvious. If the guards see him, it is over. He moves fast, ducks into a side gallery, presses himself against the wall behind a large sculpture. The voices get louder, closer. The guards enter the hallway. Their flashlights sweep across the walls. Tomek holds his breath, does not move. The beams pass within meters of where he is hiding. One guard stops, says something, points at an empty frame on the wall. The Picasso frame. Hollow. No painting inside. Tomek's heart is pounding. This is it. They see it. But the guard shrugs, keeps walking, does not think anything of it. Maybe he assumes it has been removed for cleaning. Maybe he does not care. Either way, they keep moving. Their voices fade down the corridor. Gone. Tomek waits. 10 seconds. 20. Silence. He steps out from behind the sculpture, keeps moving. Reaches the 5th floor window. The broken one. Still open. He climbs through. Starts descending the wall. 5 stories. In darkness. With 100 million euros tucked under his arm. One hand. One foot.
Look like he did.
Finding cracks. Moving down. He reaches the ground, steps onto the sidewalk, looks back at the museum. Dark, quiet, no alarms, no shouting, no guards running out. He walks away, into the Paris night. The heist is complete. Now, if you are sitting there thinking, wow, the perfect heist, you are very, very wrong. Because what happens next will destroy this entire plan. Not just ruin it, obliterate it, turn it into dust. What comes next is so catastrophic, so unbelievably stupid, that it makes the brilliant heist look worthless. Morning, May 20th, 2010. A security guard walks through the Museum of Modern Art doing his routine check. He enters the gallery, sees the first empty frame, stops, walks closer. The Picasso is gone.
I had a heart attack.
He runs to the next room. The Matisse, gone. Braque, gone. Modigliani, gone. Leger, gone. 5 empty frames, 100 million euros in art, vanished. Alarms start going off. Not the building alarms, those never worked. The human alarms, guards shouting, managers running, police called. Within hours, it is international news. The biggest art theft in French history. Police launch a massive investigation. They know it was a professional job. The paintings were cut carefully. No damage to the frames. Whoever did this knew exactly what they were taking. Meanwhile, Tomek delivers the paintings to Jonathan Byrne, the middleman, the guy who is supposed to sell them to his wealthy client. Byrne takes the paintings, promises payment is coming soon, just needs to arrange the sale.
Had to come with this motherfucking ass. You know if you can trust them.
But here is the problem. These paintings are famous, too famous. Every museum, every gallery, every serious art collector in the world knows about this theft. These 5 paintings are now the most watched pieces of art on the planet. Nobody can buy them. Nobody can display them. Nobody can sell them. They are worthless. Byrne panics. He cannot find a buyer. His client disappears. Will not return calls. Does not want anything to do with paintings that will get him arrested immediately. Byrne is stuck with 100 million euros in art that he cannot sell, cannot keep, cannot do anything with. So he makes a decision, the worst decision in art theft history. He throws them away, not metaphorically, literally.
Who gave him the right to throw some shit away? When dog went there and grabbed the shit, you'll never know what he did to this.
Jonathan Byrne takes 5 masterpieces by Picasso, Matisse, Modigliani, Braque, and Leger. Paintings that survived World War II, that hung in
Man, I swear I ain't feeling good too. That shit fucked up.
museums for decades, that were worth 100 million euros, and throws them in the trash. He panics, gets scared, and disposes of priceless art like garbage. The paintings are gone, destroyed, lost forever. Police eventually catch all 3 men. Tomek, Byrne, Corvez, the security guard. They are arrested in 2011. The trial happens in 2017. Tomek gets 8 years in prison. Byrne gets 6 years. Corvez gets 6 years. But the paintings, never recovered. The greatest art heist in French history ended with the art in a dumpster. Tomek is out of prison now, released in the mid-2020s. The paintings are still gone. Picasso, Matisse, Modigliani.
All that time and ain't keep a paint. Crazy mud. They some crazy folks, bro. Crazy folks.
All destroyed because one man could not handle the pressure. Sometimes the hardest part of a perfect crime is not the crime itself. It is what comes after.